Hello, this is Abhiyan from Dawn.com. I would like to ask, leading up to the tournament, you guys were able to play a tri-series in Pakistan and get familiar with the conditions. How much of a factor do you think that would be going in with what could be a good chance to get your first ODI trophy in nearly 3 decades now?
Yeah, I think any experience in the subcontinent is valuable. Certainly the tri-series was valuable for us, albeit that there was a large portion of the squad that wasn't there, but they have been to Pakistan before. But all in all, it was a great exercise. Certainly would have loved to have had one more game in that final, just to sort of tick it all off. But yeah, we're pretty happy. We obviously started the competition well on the back of some individually good performances in the tri-series. So, but as we've learned with cricket, conditions change all the time. There's no one way and there's no one condition, so it's really about being adaptable.
Hi Rob, you guys played your first match here and then you go to Rawalpindi for the second match and you're coming back for the third match in Karachi. There's a debate around cricketing circle that India has an advantage of playing all their matches in Dubai. What's your take on this?
Is that a serious question?
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I think if we spend our energy worrying about a disadvantage, we spend less energy thinking about ourselves and what we need to be doing. The scheduling is the scheduling. India obviously have been in Dubai in the same venue, in the same place, and other teams haven't. Whether that turns out to be an advantage or not will remain to be seen. What I do know is that we have to concentrate on what we're doing. We have to concentrate on spending all our energy thinking about how we're going to get through our next step, which is England, and then wherever that takes us from there.
Rob, England are obviously already out of the tournament after a couple of bad white ball tournaments in a row. Are you surprised by their recent form? They were world champions in both formats so recently and are struggling right now. Does it surprise you?
I suppose if you look at the quality of the players, I think that the English players are quality players. They do well in league cricket around the world. They do well, which should suggest that they're adaptable. If you look at the names on the sheet, I think there's some quality players there. There's no doubt about that. Cricket can be fickle and sport can be fickle, and sometimes that results in you losing. So. To ask if I'm surprised, as I said, I think there's good cricketers that, to be honest, could turn out tomorrow and deliver, an international standard performance against us.
Would you be doing anything differently with the team, if you were in charge of England and they came coming? Would you be looking to do things differently with the players that you think they have?
Well, I don't know what they're currently doing, so it's hard for me to say what I would or won't be doing. I think what I've learned in times, you can never judge what's happening with the team unless you're actually walking in the feet of the people that are on the ground with the team. What we see from the outside is very much optics, and it's so hard to comment on what's happening internally in the team if you don't actually really know. I think there's good people there who have done good things in cricket, working with good players, and I would suggest it's only a matter of time before they find success. But in terms of whether I do anything differently, I have no idea. Purely because I don't know what's currently being done.
Hi Rob, this is Sohail Khan from FM 94 Karachi. First of all, give update about Klaasen's fitness. Is he available for tomorrow's game? And also, the next ODI World Cup will be played in South Africa. So next 2 years are very important. How are you seeing their backup talent in domestic players like Loendy Proteas and Matthew Bitskis and all are coming? So how much these 2 years are very important for South African ODI cricket, and how you're seeing the backup talent in South Africa?
To the first question, Heinrich Klaasen's fine. He's available for selection. In terms of our young talent, we've kind of been working on that young talent for 2 years already, and we'll continue to do that over the next 2 years. We have been very outspoken about developing the breadth of our talent and exposing our younger talent to international quality experience. It takes a while to gain experience, but also we don't want to just lean on that and think that that's the only thing. Building our skill sets in different conditions is important. But you only get to do that if you expose those players in different countries against different oppositions, in different contexts. So trying to get all of that right, but still remain a winning team is the juggling act, and we potentially haven't got it right in the lead up to this tournament, but we're certainly chipping away and doing our very best to make sure that we've got a wider group of players. We understand retirements, we understand league commitments and the lure of the league money, we understand all of that, and managing our players well. So we're working hard and getting all those things right.
Hi Rob, I was going to ask about Heinrich as well, but can you just talk about how valuable it is to have someone like him back in the 11? I mean, last time he faced England in an ODI, absolutely took them apart towards the back end.
Yeah, I mean, he's a super player, isn't he? And I think that, you probably notice his strength also based on who the guys are around him, that allow him to play that way. And obviously he's got a skill set at the moment that is right up there with the world's best. I think we all agree with that. And it's great to have him in your team because you know how destructive he can be. But all that said is that I know that the way he plays and the destructive nature of his game is also based on the confidence of the people around him, and the way that they play. And so sort of the whole piece of the puzzle is important in allowing him and freeing him up to play the best version of his game and be his best version. So look, it's exciting for everyone when he does play that way, and certainly hoping for a number of those knocks in the next 10 days or so.
Hi Rob, could you give us a bit of an insight, a bit of a flavour as to what the qualities are of Temba Bavuma as your ODI captain?
I mean, apart from being a wonderful batsman, which we have seen again, like Temba has shown in the test matches as well as in one-day cricket, he can find a method to score in all conditions. Sometimes in one-day cricket, being at the top of the order is where everyone wants to be, but on other days it's not as easy. But he's still there, and he still has the game to deal with the differing conditions. He's got an exceptionally steely resolve, really, a great resilience. Personally, as a person who's sort of had to deal with a lot in South Africa and carry a lot in South Africa and still find a way to deliver on the field. So I'm always hugely respectful of his performances and his leadership. Given the toll it would have on most people, and the extra, it's not burden, but the extra responsibility that it carries. So, I mean, as I said, a steely resolve and resilience. But beyond that, you also need to be able to play the game, and I think he's an exceptionally good batter.